thank you so much for coming back to my channel. If you're new, thank you so much for watching. I hope you will stick around and consider subscribing. Today I have a really exciting video for all of you, and it is how to get a job at Ulta and or Sephora. I've worked at both Ulta and Sephora in the past. I've worked at Ulta twice. I worked at Ulta during the holiday season of 2015 through 2016. I also worked at Ulta during the summer of 2019. I worked at Sephora during the spring and summer of 2016, so from April 2016 all the way up till August 2016. I really enjoyed my time at both these companies. I have the utmost respect for them. They are super fun jobs, and if you are interested in hair, makeup, beauty, fashion, I would highly recommend you check out the stores and maybe consider applying, because it is just a phenomenal experience and you will learn so much and be able to connect with other people who love the same things as you. I wanted to create this video to help all of you who are interested in either working at Ulta or Sephora or beginning a long-term career with them. This is not going to be about my specific experience working at these companies. If you would like me to do a separate video explaining my experience and what I went through personally while working with the companies, I'd be happy to do that. But for now, let's just get into the application and the interview process. The first thing you should know is what position you are applying for. A lot of you may think that while working at Ulta and Sephora, you're just giving makeovers and testing products all day, which that is a part of the job, but there are many different kinds of jobs available at the stores. The most common positions that you will be applying for are either a beauty advisor or a prestige beauty advisor, and there is a difference, and it's important to know the difference. A beauty advisor works with the drugstore brands or the lower end brands. This includes Maybelline, CoverGirl, ColourPop, Rimmel London, Physicians Formula, so drugstore brands like that. You will also be working the cash register a lot and be responsible for stocking the drugstore products. A prestige beauty advisor will work with the higher end makeup. The higher end makeup companies will include Clinique, Too Faced, Bobbi Brown, First Aid Beauty, so those sorts of companies. When you walk into an Ulta, they usually have the prestige companies on the left side while the drugstore is on the right. Now, I live in the Midwest, and every Ulta I've ever been in, that is how the store is set up, but it could vary. As a prestige beauty advisor, you will be responsible for working with the higher end makeup. You could be responsible for demoing products for customers. You could be responsible for giving makeovers. If you are just starting out, if you don't have a lot of experience giving makeovers or doing makeup on other people or giving education on beauty products, I would suggest that you start with the beauty advisor position, and there are opportunities for you to move up to a prestige beauty advisor. If you are someone who has a lot of experience working with makeup, giving makeovers, doing makeup on other people, and presenting products and giving education, then there's a high chance that you could get hired as a prestige beauty advisor, but the majority of the time you will start out as a standard beauty advisor. And the reason why I say it's important to know which job you're applying for is because when you are being interviewed for the position, they will ask you a lot about what the position entails. So if you are planning on applying for the job of a beauty advisor and you accidentally say you want to be a prestige beauty advisor, they're probably going to ask you a lot of questions about doing makeovers, your favorite brands, and what educational experience that you have with makeup, and you might seem a little freaked out and you might think, oh, this isn't the job for me, and it isn't a very good look if you don't know what you're really going in for. So I would highly recommend that you look through the job description and pick the position that would be best for you and your interest. The second thing I would say is write a good cover letter. Now, it isn't necessary to write a cover letter, but it is highly encouraged. It is a way for your employer to get a brief snapshot of you. A cover letter should not be more than a page long, and you should speak about your strengths and your interest in the position. You want to state your name, the position you're applying for, your skills and strengths that match the position, and you should politely ask to be interviewed in your cover letter. I would suggest typing your cover letter on a document on your laptop, on your computer, whatever that you have. You want to come across as professional as possible. If you have never written a cover letter before, you can ask your parent, you can ask a teacher, a friend, a family member, or a trusted adult to kind of preview your cover letter and help you edit it to make sure that you are coming across as professional and as mature as possible. Next, I would perfect your resume. If you've never written a resume before, you can go online and there are tons of applications that will help you start your resume. Your resume includes your contact information, educational experiences, your degrees earned, your special skills, and your employment history. Your resume is really a summary of your educational and your professional work experiences. Your resume helps your future employers see your educational and your work history to decide whether or not you have the skills and techniques required to be successful in the company. Once you have your cover letter and your resume perfected, I would have a trusted adult look over it one more time just to make sure that there are no typographical errors, that you have all your information laid out in a nice pretty package to help you seem like the most unique and wonderful candidate for the position. You will be applying online. Many companies are switching to an online-only application, so I will leave the link below where you can find both the Ulta and Sephora applications. Now it's time to prepare for the application and the interview. My best advice is to go into your local Ulta or Sephora and explore the store. Not to shop, but if you are going to be applying to the store, it's best to get an idea of the layout of the store, see which companies are where in the store. Like I said, I know for a fact that in my city, the Ultas are set up as the prestige products on the left side and drugstore brands on the right side. And if you are hired for the position, you'll have an easier time adjusting to the job and knowing which products to put where. It is very important to observe the employees and the different personalities that are present at your Ulta or Sephora. You will come across many different kinds of people. You have people with bubbly personalities, you have people who are very serious. It's also super important to observe what good employees look like and what not so good employees look like. Pay attention to the verbiage that is used. See how long an employee waits to help a customer before the customer asks. Get a feel for what good and bad employees look like. If you're hired for the job, you will be trained on how to approach customers, how to help customers. It's good to see how it's done in real life. Present your cover letter and your resume to your employer in person. Once you've completed your online application, it's best to call the store, give them your name and your phone number, and let them know that you have applied for a position at the store. Once I completed my online applications, I printed my cover letter, I printed my resume, and I got dressed up really nice. I did my hair, I did my makeup, and I wore a nice outfit. I walked into the store, I went to the front counter, and I said, "May I please speak to a manager? I have just applied for a position online, and I would like to hand in my cover letter and my resume to the manager personally." I met the manager, I shook her hand, and she was super nice. She thanked me for bringing her my cover letter and my resume because, to be honest, Ulta and Sephora are very popular stores and they do get a lot of applicants, and oftentimes they get lost. As much as they try, applications can get lost in the mix of online applications, so it's good to come in, introduce yourself, present your cover letter and your resume to the manager, and when they see your application, the light bulb will go off in their head and say, "Oh, well, they came in, they were polite enough to wait for me to meet with them, so why not give them an interview?" This will also help your manager truly see that you are interested in the position. It's one thing to say that you're interested, but actions speak louder than words. So you have to go in and you have to really go all out. Once you've gotten that amazing phone call and have set up your interview, it is time to start getting ready. So I would recommend doing your makeup, of course. Now, you want to show that you know a little bit about makeup. Don't go crazy overboard. Don't go all huge fake eyelashes, bright red lips, Kim Kardashian contouring. I would recommend foundation, powder, blush, maybe a little bit of highlighter if you are comfortable with it, having a light eyeshadow look, lots of mascara, and a colored lip gloss. I think that is super pretty and very, very simple. Your hair. So I am more of a, so when you're going into your interview, it's a good idea to do your hair how you feel best. Brush your hair, straighten it, curl it, anything that you can do. So how I look today is how I did my makeup for my Ulta and Sephora interviews. I didn't go crazy. This is just me. This is natural me. My best advice is to go in looking how you do every single day, yet enhanced a little bit, if that makes sense. Something a lot of people miss out on are doing their nails. Do your nails if you like your plain nails, and do a little bit of clear nail polish. Clip your nails, make sure that they're filed and groomed. You are working at a makeup store where nail products are sold, so you want to showcase as much of the products as you possibly can. Something that is highly recommended is to wear the dress code. Now at Ulta, the dress code has changed a little bit. They are allowing pops of color, but for the most part, it is all black. I would recommend wearing all black for your interview. If you would like to add a pop of color, that's totally cool, but the employees do wear mostly black. At Sephora, the dress code is the same. They do give you kind of like a smock uniform to wear, which is black and red. So at your Sephora interview, it would be a good idea to wear mostly black, but with a pop of red. And before you go to your interview, I would recommend printing out an additional copy of your resume and cover letter. I know they have it on the online application. You brought one into the store, hopefully, but once again, there are many applicants for these positions, so you want to make sure that you are remembered and thought of in the best light possible. And it is the day of the interview. My best advice is to be punctual. Allow yourself plenty of time for travel. For example, if your interview is on a Saturday afternoon at 1:30 p.m., if you can, the Saturday before, so a week before, drive to your Ulta or Sephora at that time just to get a good idea of what traffic is going to be like so you can plan ahead. It's always a good idea to be at least 10, maybe 15 minutes early to your interview. Punctuality is something that a lot of employers value, and being punctual shows how responsible you are. When you arrive at your interview, go to the front counter, go to the cash register, say, "Hello, my name is so-and-so. I have an interview today at 1:30. I wanted to let the manager know that I am here." It'd be a good idea just to stand at the front counter and wait patiently to be called back. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but most of the time, Ulta interviews are group interviews, which can be super awkward or they can be super successful and interesting. At Sephora, I had an individual interview, so a one-on-one interview. So it really depends on the position you're applying for, how popular the positions are, and how many applicants have applied. When you're called back for your interview, it is game time. So you want to stand up straight, you want to be smiling, you want to show that you are a unique and perfect candidate for the position. When the interviewer calls you back, please shake their hand and maintain eye contact. Eye contact shows interest. I know it's awkward. I know not a lot of us are good at keeping eye contact, myself included, but it is super important to show that you are engaged, and the best way to show someone that you're listening is through eye contact. At Ulta and Sephora, you are going to be engaging with people constantly, so you want to put on a friendly face. You want to show that you are a kind, perfect, and unique candidate for the position. So smile and make sure that you just are genuine. Be yourself. Don't be nervous. Have prosody and excitement. Now, what I mean by prosody is be expressive. So when you're being interviewed, you don't want to talk like this, you don't want to have a face like this. It shows that you're bored and that you don't really care, and it shows that you just don't have a lot of excitement, you don't really care. You want to be bold, you want to really be animated, and you want to have a lot of excitement and show that you are a bubbly and knowledgeable and wonderful person to work with and to help others. So you want to be a people person. When you're being interviewed, it is best to think before you speak. Now, I know it's hard because the interview is on the spot questions, but take a moment to think before you speak. It's okay to take a second just to take a deep breath and then speak. You don't want to take too long, but just be mindful of your words. A lot of employers will ask for your strengths and your weaknesses. When you are discussing your weaknesses, make your weaknesses seem like strengths. So for example, I was asked what I feel my weakness is, and I said that I am an over planner, I am an overachiever. So I turned something that could be bad into something that can be seen as good. So some questions that they might ask you are obviously, tell me about yourself. What experience do you have with makeup? What is your favorite makeup brand? Describe a time where you worked together as a team to achieve a goal. What did you do and how was the goal accomplished? And a big question that I got that I wasn't really prepared for was, describe a time when a customer was unsatisfied. How did you fix the situation? What did you do to solve it? And the biggest question that they will ask you is, why do you want to work at Ulta or Sephora? And only you know why you want to work at the company. There are many, many different reasons, but this is the biggest question that they are looking for. So you want to say that I am passionate about contributing to the success of the company. I love to help people. I want to do something fulfilling with my time. Anything that you feel your employer should know is what you should say. The interviewer will most likely ask you if you have any questions at the end, and a lot of people say no, but it's a good idea to have an idea of some questions that can be asked. So a good question would be is, what is the turnover rate at this job? So if you're not familiar what turnover rate means, it basically means how often do people leave, how often do people quit or get fired. So it's a good idea to see what the turnover rate is, because if it's a high turnover rate, then you probably don't want to work there because there could be some underlying issues. A question that I like to ask is, what is your favorite thing about working at the store? That is a great question, and employers really enjoy answering that. And when can I expect to hear back from you? A question that you should never ask is, how much do we get paid? Do we get bonuses? Do not ask about money. When you are interviewing at Ulta or Sephora and you are given the position, when you get the call being offered the position, they will give you a rate of pay. They will tell you the rate of pay that can possibly be negotiated at that time. You don't want to seem like money is the total reason that you're working there or getting all the gratis, which is free products. When you're done with the interview, please stand up straight and tall and shake their hand. Say thank you for their time, thank the employer for considering you, and say, I look forward to hearing from you. Employers can take anywhere from 5 to 7 days to make a decision, so please be patient during that time. If an employer says expect to hear back from me in 3 to 5 days, if it's been past 3 to 5 days, it's okay to call just to make sure that you haven't been forgotten or overlooked. When you get the call saying that you have gotten the job, thank the manager, make sure that you speak about your rate of pay, and let them know when you can start. A lot of employers will want you to start right away, so make sure that if you are applying for a job, your schedule is open and that you're ready to work. And the last thing is to get ready for the opportunity and the job of a lifetime. You've nailed your interview, you have accomplished getting the job, and now the real work begins. Now, I know that was a lot of information. I just wanted to give as much information as I can to help you all in achieving your dream of working at either Ulta or Sephora. Once again, if you would like me to do a separate video on my experiences with working at both Ulta and Sephora, I'd be very happy to do that. This is just getting our feet wet into the world of working in beauty retail. If you are applying for a position at Ulta or Sephora, I wish you the best of luck. I hope this video helped you, and I really hope that you get the job. Thank you all so much for watching and for paying attention throughout the whole entire video. I understand it was a lot of information. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up to tell me that you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and leave any requests for videos in the comments down below. I will talk to you guys next time.